Oh, all right. That should be better right there. I think it, yes, looks like I corrected it now. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, BJ. I appreciate it. I'm going to grab something to drink and we'll go ahead and get started in just a minute or so. All right. Be right back. Thanks again, for BJ, for the audio heads up. Oh, yeah. If you don't mind, I'm going to start my webinar here in just a second. Yeah, thanks. Hi, everyone. Okay, we're good now. All right, that's good. Oh, I appreciate it. Okay, yeah, really. All right, just 30 more seconds here, and I'll start the recording. We'll do Hey, Zachary, make sure that you're quiet, okay? Make sure that you don't Thanks. Okay. How is everyone doing today? Tonight? Depending on where you're at. It's been a really, really busy day for myself and for GBO in particular with the Got Backup launch. But, oh yeah, before I get started, let me put in the link if you want to watch it from YouTube. There's that. How are you, Chad? Thanks again, BJ. I appreciate it. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Let me, too many tabs. Too many. So I've got some links that I want to share with you guys, but I'll get into that in a minute. Welcome to tonight's training webinar. It is February 10th, 2015. Thank you for taking the time to come out tonight. I've got some updates for everybody that is in Got Backup, or at least for those that have recently joined. Their downline viewer, I don't know if all of you are aware, their downline viewer is not working at the moment. It just happened about, I don't know, 5-6 days ago. It stopped working. anyways, we've talked to support, and that'll be up and working before long. I just want to bring to everyone's attention that a lot of people are joining, of course, today, but have joined over the last week, have joined our team. And I want to let everyone know that because of the downline viewer not being visible at the moment, I've already talked to a few people actually over at GVO, and they're going to help with restructuring the power line. And so kind of don't really pay attention to what you're seeing at the moment, because some people, based on timestamp and when you came in, there's going to be a lot more activity, basically, is what I'm saying. So yeah, basically, depending on the time that you joined is where you'll be placed in the organization. Now, GVO isn't like a forced matrix or anything like that. I've had a lot of people ask me, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And basically, I believe in GVO because I make tens of thousands of dollars a month with them, and I've made over $500,000 with them alone. And I could share my screen, but I'm not very familiar with Google Hangouts. But anyways, I've got videos out there. Some of them are really brand new, actually, that I want to share with you guys. Hey, what's up, Chad? Tissa? Yeah, anyways, it looks like we've got a couple of people coming on live. I'm going to put the link in again where the chat box is. And this is basically for those of you that have a webcam or a mic and want to jump on live if you have any questions. But going back to what I was talking about before, kind of disregard what you see as far as the downline if you've just recently joined. But back and also back to because of the downline viewer, and because we can't see exactly where everyone is, we're going to be going back over it and kind of restructuring, if you will, to benefit as many people as possible, basically. And I don't expect that to be done by tomorrow, but it should be done here in the next few days. So, yeah. Somebody's on, but I've got somebody. Hey, Chad. Oh, that's okay. No, that's all right. Yeah, you're actually live. I'm gonna put. I believe this is the right link in so that you can come on as a co-host, or if you have any questions. If you can, kind of save the questions until a little bit later. I just have a few more things to talk about regarding updates. But yeah, what I'd like to do, and I mentioned this in today's email, is basically help as many people as possible to brand themselves, either as a business, if they have a current business name, or an LLC or an incorporation, to brand that name for yourself, or to brand your own name. And you need to do one of the two, basically, in order to have success on the internet. I don't know of really too many marketers at all that are successful and kind of stay hidden, if you will. I mean, they're out there, yeah, but they'll do their own thing with paid advertising. But you really, you know, in our particular field, you kind of want to get out there, you know, and the more exposure, the better. That's why I encourage people to hold their own webinars. This service, for example, is totally free. This is Google Hangouts, and it allows not just me, but up to 10 people to simultaneously, let me move this link. Okay. Allows up to 10 people to simultaneously broadcast their webcam and talk with each other and talk to you guys and it's all recorded for you and converted. It's really, really cool, and it's again totally free. So I know that I've built my success based on communication, and I've talked about my story with a lot of you, and so I'm not going to go over my story again because well, I've got other things that I want to cover with you. So BrianBear.net is currently under web development, and basically all the information on there is outdated, and I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea or wrong information. So it's currently offline. Even though the pages are cached and held on Google Pages, you're not going to find much content on there. The only content that you're going to find on there at the moment is the subscribe page, and I think it's the tools tab is working. I've just recently added some WordPress plugins. So I want to go back up a little bit and tell you guys what I recommend when it comes to building a website, okay, or a blog. Either one is or both. I mean, really, it's you're not going to get anywhere as far as traffic-wise and conversions unless you know about how to do it, really. And that's what I want to go over really quickly. Hold on. There we go. I recommend WordPress. WordPress is it's basically a platform that allows people like you and I that aren't website savvy and don't have the knowledge to create and code websites. These days, it's continually changing. Believe it or not, it's updating from HTML. They're up to HTML5 in coding with PHP, JavaScript, CSS. There's all kinds of things that you have to know in order to build a website from scratch. However, WordPress makes it really, really easy for you to, and there's even actually, if you have hosting, whether if it's with GDO, there is in your control panel, there's an application called Fantastico. If you click on that and put in the domain that you own, it will automatically install WordPress for you. And that is actually something I recommend big time, because Fantastico will do it all. You don't have to do anything else other than installing plugins and themes. And I'm going to get into that here in just a minute too. But there are certain themes that I recommend and certain plugins that I recommend, and there's tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of both. So it's really important. I've actually had a lot of experience with plugins and themes, and I can tell you right now that it's still going to be hard for you to make a WordPress blog or site unless you're using a particular theme that assists you, like or you're a coder or a web developer. I actually have downloadable WordPress themes on the tools page there on BrianBear.net. But you can Google this, and this is something that you want to write down because it's that important. Drag and drop page builders. Okay, drag and drop page builder themes for WordPress are there's so many out there. I like Vantage. I like Package X. There are a lot. I've actually got some of them on the tools page there. And then there are also, let me describe it really quick. Okay, so what you're going to do basically once you've installed WordPress is go into your dashboard of WordPress and upload it right from there after you've downloaded it, either from my site or from Google. There are so many to choose from, but really the drag and drop page builders are the easiest way to go, because you don't have to drag and drop items to build a page or a page, whether it's a blog or a site that you're building. But it makes it so much easier for the design, just overall. Vantage, I really like Vantage, and it's nice. It's free. There are thousands of them on the internet for free. You just basically you have to pick one, you know. And there are enough plugins out there to make your head spin. That's for sure. I do have some downloadable plugins for free on brianbear.net, and it's also in the tools section. But again, I'm going to be adding content and well, I've actually got a web developer right in the middle of creating the website and adding content with me. So just look for more content to be added. But I do have some plugins that I mentioned that are all free to download. One of them is a WordPress forum plugin. It'll actually install a forum on your domain and create a subdomain if you want, like forum.blablabla.com. But it's important to have other plugins as well running all at the same time, like WP Supercache. That's going to allow your people's browsers to load your page and your website faster. That is critical because they have found that the bounce rate, the amount of people that hit the back button when navigating to people's websites, it drastically increases if your site even loads us half of a second slower than it should. That's just something that's unavoidable unless you install WP Supercache. There's a mobile plugin that I put on my site as well that is called Jetpack. It's a free plugin, and what it does is when people are coming to your website or your blog and they're on an iPhone or a regular Samsung, like an Android or an iPad or a tablet, it's going to convert your website to a mobile friendly. It basically makes your website mobile friendly. Okay, so definitely a plugin that you want to download or download off of Google, and something you want to write down if you're not going to download it right now. But there are search engine optimization plugins. This is probably the most important plugin that you could possibly have in conjunction with other plugins. Don't get me wrong. The ones that I recommend, I like WP SEO. I've got actually a link so you can download for free on the tools page again at brianbear.net. Excuse me. And this will basically allow and make it the whole process of optimizing all of your pages at the same time, your whole site, and even your pages individually, like your new pages or posts that you make. It will search engine optimize your website so you get better ranking. Not necessarily overnight, but you know, over the course of a week or two or whatever, you're going to get better page rank if you use this plugin, along with some other plugins like, well, I got one of the drag and drop themes. Google's Sitemap Generator is an absolute must. I don't know why it doesn't come automatically installed in WordPress, because it's required. It's not required, but it's pretty much required if you're going to get indexed by Google. WP Images and more plugins that I'll be personally adding some more to my training site, but talking specifically about these different plugins. There are different content plugins that are really critical. Unless you have the time to just write all the time, there are plugins that will kind of do the job for you. It grabs one of the plugins that I recommend is called RSS Aggregator, and this plugin basically takes content from RSS feeds. If you're not familiar with that, that's no problem at all, because if you can even Google RSS Aggregator, and you'll be able to download the plugin, which is totally free. Some of them, you know, don't grab the content from RSS feeds, but you can go basically by category. By category, you can have content pulled from these RSS feeds and from these different websites and posts right onto your site, and that's for free also. So the plugins that I recommend for content, let me pull this up real quick. Excuse me. Our RSS aggregator, WP Robot, and yet another related post plugin. Okay. Also, WP Backup or Backup WP is another plugin that I recommend. It will basically back up your WordPress site or blog. The last thing you want to do is lose all your content or your site from something silly, and believe me, it can happen and does happen if you haven't experienced it already. Yeah. I lost my place. Just a second. All right, there we go. So is anyone able? I don't know if that's the right link, you guys. I'm gonna try to click on it myself. Is that the right link to invite you guys? It doesn't look like it. Let me try another one. Hey Charles, how are you, bud? Here's another link right here. Hopefully that will let you guys hop on live if you're able, or you have any questions. Let me give out the YouTube link for those of you that want to watch on YouTube. This is going to be embedded on the training website as well, so it is being recorded and it will be available basically as soon as the webinar is done. Let me share that link. I had trouble with Meatsheet last week. For those of you that were on there, you realize what happened. So I decided to switch over to Google Hangouts tonight. And yeah, so it's been a pretty busy day. And I talked about this when I first started the webinar, but I want to say it again. For those of you that have recently joined Got Backup, don't pay any attention to the downline viewer. I ask that you just kind of ignore it for at least a few days, because the downline viewer is, if it is working for you, it's not working for me and for other people. And so basically we're going to go back over and based on timestamp, kind of reposition, if you will, the power line. So I'm basically trying to, I want to make sure that you know, the people are able to maximize, you know, and benefit as much as possible. That's what I want. And so with the downline viewer, I realized that some people have, you know, gone off to the side. You know, if I was sleeping, or you know, if all of us were sleeping, because there were multiple people still do. Actually, some are still doing it. I'm promoting, of course, Got Backup, but I just wanted to let you guys know that. And I know that they're really busy over at GVO with the launch today, but over the next few days, I'm sure that they're going to correct the downline viewer, and we're going to kind of correct and straighten out the power line. Okay. I don't know. Are you guys? Is everything coming across okay? Is the audio all right? Let me do the audio check really quick. Yeah. Another thing that I was talking about at the beginning of the webinar is how I'd like to basically extend co-hosting to my entire team and have you guys, get used to getting into the practice of getting online, getting in front of a camera, and getting used to talking online all the time, because that is going to be a big part in your success. I don't want to, help some people make a little bit of money from the downline, from us switching and creating this power line. We were switching our spillover positions to build teams of people, so that people would see results. But the key here is obviously your own success and promoting and marketing in such a way that it's free or cheap, and seeing is maximum results, getting signups. So yeah. All right. Thanks. Thanks. I appreciate it. Okay. And so there are a lot of things. Oh, sorry, I keep getting all these pop-ups there. There are a lot of things that I know. I'm good at some things and terrible at others. But I do know that email marketing is very, very effective, and it's so effective. It's one of my most effective marketing tools. And I mean, it's made me. I don't even know. I can't tell you exactly how much it's made me, but it makes me hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I don't know how much of the money specifically comes from email marketing, but I know that it's something you want to do. So you want to build a list. For those of you that don't have an autoresponder, you want an autoresponder. I recommend GVO because they're the cheapest by far, and you can make money with them. It's $9.95, I think, for the GVO and the host and profit. But yeah, there's GetResponse, Aweber, but they're kind of pricey. There's a lot of them. MailChimp. I've actually got a plugin that will allow you to build an email list and email from your website, but I don't really recommend it because it doesn't have very high opt-in rate. So I'm a little leery about giving that one out. Hey, Tom, how are you, bud? Oh, is it still breaking up? Uh-oh. Let me close a couple of things. Too many things open. Maybe that's it. So anyways, I've got something very, very awesome to share with you guys. Aside from the plugins and the themes for WordPress, and keep in mind that you want content, obviously, but it's really tedious, I know, to write content, and so that's why I like plugins that will grab content and even spin. There's software out there that will spin content, but and what I want to do is, and this isn't even my own webinar, but I've got to give out the link because I've been following these people for a little while, and they have a webinar tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. It's 1 p.m. Pacific, and I do not know them. Okay, I don't know them personally, and but this is basically a webinar registration page that I'm going to be on because I've learned a lot from these people, and they get up to 90% opt-in. I'm sorry, up to 90% open rates from their email, and so basically it's an email marketing webinar. Let me send over the link. I'm going to put it in. Again, I'm in no way affiliated with them. It's just that they're genius, and I'm going to be on it. So I want to share it because I know that it will help you guys. I know it for sure. That's a long, long link. Oh, it does have my email address in it. Oh, all right. You know what? I can shorten that link. I'm going to put it here in the chat box. It's tomorrow. Okay, YouTube is working fine. All right, thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. Again, this webinar recording will be available pretty much instantly as soon as it's over, either at the same link or right on the training webinars page. Yeah, so I know that link is long, but tomorrow at and they only hold these like once every 3 months. These are big-time multimillionaire marketers that have done like tens of thousands of split tests. Basically, things that I continually learn excellent things, wonderful things from David over at follow.net, and so that's why I'm just sharing this, because I don't know everything. I'm only good at some things, just like all of us, but what I can do is share critical information when it comes across my desk, and they've really helped in a lot of ways. And guys, for those of you that are in Got Backup, I don't know if you've visited Joel's blog lately, but he's been talking about how Got Backup has a 90% product usage rate right now, and that is awesome to me. I mean, that's wonderful, because here we have a company that has been around for well over a decade, like 13 or 14 years, with a solid product, dirt cheap, very competitive pricing, and we can make money from it when we tell people about it. So I'm very happy about Got Backup, and my hat's off to Joel for creating a solid product that is growing in the marketplace in a big way. They're jumping, well, yeah, I'm sure that most of you are aware of the statistics and things like that, but a 90% product usage rate, consumer rate is incredible, and that's awesome. So, yep. But regardless of what you do in your marketing, there is another tool that I use all the time. It's hi Eli. It's called HyperTracker, and I would just try it for free, and there are other services out there, I know, but you could try that one or other ones. Basically, in fact, there is a free WordPress plugin. I don't know it offhand right now, but it allows you to track everything. Oops, there we go. Okay, it allows you to track everything from your email, anything that you do, or all the traffic that's incoming and even outgoing. As much information as you could possibly want from your visitors is what you're going to get from this. And there's another plugin that I want to tell you about. It's called Livezilla. This is a critical plugin. It's totally awesome. It'll even work on other websites. It doesn't have to be WordPress, and it's free. It allows you to basically communicate with and engage with your traffic in real time. People can chat. You can even turn the chat box. It'll say, "How can we help you?" Or we're online, available online to help you. Or you can switch to offline, for when you're not available or sitting at the computer. But live interaction with your traffic is really going to increase conversions, obviously. So Livezilla is another one that I really recommend. And yeah, let me go switch gears here. So yeah, my training site, brianbear.net, it is pretty much empty as we speak, other than the tools page and the subscribe page. The tools page has a few downloads on it. I'm going to add to that tonight. More plugins and themes that I have available for download. But the whole website and all of the content is actually being created, and it will actually be semi-done over the next few days. Okay, I can't say done because there's so many video tutorials that I'm still working on. It's overwhelming, especially with the launch of Got Backup, and I've been talking to a lot of people, so I want to put my contact information here in the chat box. And guys, again, if you have any questions at all about anything, please feel free to jump on if you have a webcam. Here is my Skype ID, or email me, or whatever. And then my Facebook, which I'm not always on Facebook because there's too much going on sometimes. But I do have Facebook Messenger, so messaging me on Facebook, I try my best to reply as soon as possible. And that is going to be at this link right here. I had a PowerPoint presentation slide. I was making it, getting it ready for the webinar tonight, and I don't know. I had probably 4 slides done. I was four slides in, maybe 5. And sure enough, I go and move my computer a little bit, hit the power button, deleted the whole PowerPoint presentation. Man, you can't win, always something happens, but I make the best of it, and really, covered as much. I think, I don't know, I might be forgetting a thing or two, but what I'd like to do here is, again, it's really, really important that you guys get online and get as much exposure as possible. So feel free to, co-host with me. Again, I want to start holding Hangouts here, and I want to get this really, really big. Okay, I don't see any reason at all why all of us can't wildly succeed. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? And so what we need to do is get as much exposure as possible, and let's all do it together. Get a webcam if you don't have one. You need one. You need one. So, and please contact me if you're interested in co-hosting, so that you can brand yourself and get exposure. Let me help, Oh, okay, I didn't see the other box of people here. Well, hey, Peter, how are you? Ty? Bryce, Charles, Horace. Yeah, so I'm kind of new to Google Hangouts, and I'm very new, to be honest with you. I think I've only done it a couple of times in the past, and so it has been a while. I've got to get used to their buttons. They changed the layout and everything, but I had some trouble with GVO's, or I'm sorry, Meet Chief last week, so I just wanted to kind of steer clear from that, at least for the minute. And so I think that the link changes all the time. I don't think that this will be the next webinar link, but I do want to start hosting webinars twice a week and make it basically steady. The last webinar was an absolute disaster, and I apologize for that. However, it wasn't my fault. It was actually the software that was malfunctioning at the time. So yeah, look for the next webinar link. I'm not sure if it's the same or not. Like I said, I'm fairly new to Google Hangouts, but hey, guys, it works really, really well for hosting and co-hosting and really getting yourself out there. Plus, you can have it go publicly as well, and it goes on your YouTube channel all at the same time, and it converts it for you. So I don't think I'm giving out the right presenter link. I think that's what's going on. Hmm. Let me see, invite people. I don't know if this is the right one or not. But, oh, you do? Oh, okay. Excellent, Tom. Fantastic. Can you try to click on that link there? Otherwise, it's in another area. I mean, I see the 3 links. Wait, there might be more. Guests can comment. Guests can invite other people. That's awesome, Tom. Plus, this Thursday, I'm going to hold another webinar at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I imagine more people are going to want to be, hopefully a lot of people, hopefully we have people lined up to co-host, because it really is very important that you get out there and, so, let's do this together. Even if you've got a small downline, or you're new to internet marketing, or you've been around for a while, no matter what your case, it really, really helps, and you need to get as much exposure as possible to help brand yourself. And so, if I can help in any way, let me know, and you're more than welcome to co-host on all of the webinars, and not just today. I think maybe Tom is having trouble. I really don't know if I sent you the right link or not. I don't know if that's a guest link. But regardless, Tom, I'll be sure I'll call you tonight and get that set up. Maybe you know more about this, but that's one of the very few features that I don't know about in Google Hangouts, is sending out invites, because usually I would attend and co-host with Tissa on Google Hangouts, and so now I'm just getting familiar with the whole Google Hangouts and presenting it myself, and along with inviting other co-hosts. So I'll be sure to contact you, Tom, and please, you guys, send me an email or contact me on Skype or Facebook or something if you want to co-host this Thursday. All right. The more people we have on there, the better the results for everybody. I mean, it's a win-win situation. I mean, I come up with a lot of good ideas. That's the truth. I mean, when it comes to marketing, and I know you guys can too. So why not share these ideas? That's another reason why I want us to co-host. So I really appreciate you guys coming out today, and I really want you to consider co-hosting. Okay, seriously, Chad, Lessel, Bill, Eli. I can't see all the people, but anyways, that for sure, absolutely, Tom. I'll be sure to call you after the webinar to get the to talk to you about that. But yeah, this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern is going to be the next webinar. Basically, we're going to cut right to the chase with this one. With Thursday's webinar, I'm going to go over specific strategies, not just on what you need, but particularly video marketing. And plus, I want to co-host and talk with you guys and interact, so that we can have a community. I am working on. I have a developer creating a Facebook fan page for our group in Got Backup, and also I have a forum that's being installed on BrianBear.net. So the forums should be done. I just got to go in there and add some content to it. But yeah, that's looking to get kicked off too. And I think that the more communication that we have, I know actually, the better off we'll all do in all of our businesses. So, and you don't have to be in Got Backup or this or that to be in these groups. All right. So, I'll go ahead and stop the broadcast, and please consider co-hosting with me this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and contact me by email, Facebook, Skype, or whatever, phone if you have it. Yeah, and that's it. So this webinar was recorded and it will be put on the training webinars page of BryantBear.net, and it's also on YouTube. So as soon as I hit the stop broadcast button, it actually converts it, puts it on within 2 minutes. It's great. But yeah, I'm going to go into the specifics of what video marketing and Thursday, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, thank you for coming out tonight. It's great talking to you guys. I'm sorry that there isn't more interaction, but let's fix that and set that up for this Thursday. That will be fantastic. All right. Good night. God bless. Let me check the comments real quick. I don't want to leave anyone hanging. Oh yeah, what's up? Tune say, yeah, you have a question. Oh, it does. You try the link and it gives you the Hangout quotes. I know what you're talking about. It pops up another window. That should be the right window. That's what happens when I started. I might be giving you the wrong link though. See that? I'll look into it, Tom, and I'll give you a call. But I want to answer Chun Say's question. I've got other questions over in this notifications section, but I don't know how to look at them. Yeah, no problem, Craig. How you doing? I didn't even know you were on. See, that's the thing. I am new to Google Hangouts, so I'd love for you to be able to jump on with us as well, Craig, like this Thursday. I was trying to answer. Oh, if you could give us one tip for the night when it comes to recruiting new members. Good question. And that's what it all boils down to, right? Is getting new members. So I wanted to point out basically something that I did recently that was, well, it was pretty good. It was that, and that was a new kind of a different approach and strategy. And that's creating a power line. So you want, okay, here it is. The best tip I can give you right now, one single tip, is to create an incentive for the people that you are sending that are coming to your page or your video or wherever. Create an incentive to give to them. The better the incentive, or the more the incentives, the higher your conversion rate is by far. So that's very important. Live video and the chat are two different windows for me. Oh, okay. Yeah, that means that you clicked on that one link, Craig. I don't know if that's the correct link though to present. I imagine it isn't, since you're not popping up on the webcam right now. So I'll get that straightened out and make sure that I have that taken care of for us by this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be sure to email everybody the link long in advance, tomorrow and Thursday. Okay. So, but yeah, that's a great question, and yeah, basically free gifts. I mean, or free ideas. You want, basically, what do you want to hear when you land on a website? What that particular website can do for you, is what you're there for and what you're interested in. So if you can provide, for example, if you can provide downline members to other people, you're gonna get some signups, especially if you have traffic. And so if you started getting these signups and you switch your spillover to, like, say, the newest members, you're going to create a power line of people, and it's actually, you can keep that going. That's just an example though, and that's one way, but there are many ways to create incentives and ideas, and this is the kind of thing that I want to talk to you guys about and talk with you guys about, so that we can share ideas and share strategies in detail, particularly this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. So I will be sure to add video tutorials to the training website, brianbear.net. And I'll be rolling out as much as I possibly can before the webinar. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night and look for tomorrow's email for Thursday's webinar. Okay. And yeah, please consider coming online so we can get you as much exposure as humanly possible, and that which converts to signups. So, okay, good night.